Hello friends, welcome to E-Pathshala. I am Dr. K. Sudharani, Associate Professor, Department of Home Science, Anna Adarsh College for Women, Chennai. I have come here to present the module on building materials under the paper Residential Space Designing. Today, all of us are aware of the marketing strategies of various housing projects and constructions from residential to commercial and other public structures. Everywhere, the competition is high among the builders. To keep up their reputation and business, they need to construct long-lasting, good structures which are dependent on the selection of building materials. We shall now see the details of these building materials. A building is a relatively permanent structure over a plot of land, usually enclosed by a roof, along with doors and windows in one or more levels, which forms an essential component in any life space planning. Any material which contributes to the construction of a structure is called as a building material. Traditionally, buildings were constructed from naturally available resources such as thatch, mud, sand, wood, etc. But today, the advancement of technology has led to the evolution of more refined and complex building materials. This module will enable the students to know the different types of building materials available, understand the merits and demerits of each material, become aware of the application of each material. Now, let us see the different types of building materials. Building materials are classified based on origin as natural, that is thatch, mud, rock, etc., and man-made, cement, lime, bricks, stones, etc., based on utility as abrasive such as diamond, silicon, garnet, etc., adhesives such as glues, binding such as clay, lime, cement, bitumen, mortar, fly ash, etc., such as for covering, asbestos, cement sheets, roof tiles, for flooring as ceramic, rubber, plastic, timber, glass, cement and concrete, as protective such as paints, varnishes, etc., as reinforcing such as mild steel, tar steel, for sound absorbent as hair, felt, plaster of Paris, acoustic plaster, and transparent such as glass, plastic. Based on composition as rock such as marble, granite, slate and iris, as binder such as lime, gypsum and cement, as concrete such as mixture of arids, agglomerants and water, such as ceramic, that is bricks, tiles, porcelain, etc., and others such as steel, wood, plastic and glass. Now, let us see one by one. Stone. It is a non-metallic naturally available material obtained from rocks. Classification of rocks can be geological based on the mode of formation, physical based on their general structure, or chemical based on their chemical composition. Geologically, they are igneous rocks which are formed by the cooling and solidifying of magma. Example, granite, quartz, basalt. Sedimentary rocks, the weathering action of natural agents like wind, frost, rain and flowing water disintegrate rocks and form deposits on the pre-existing rocks which get carried away from their place of origin. Example, gravel, sandstone, limestone. Metamorphic rocks, which are those formed by the metamorphism of preformed rocks due to the effect of high heat and pressure and chemicals. Example, marble, schist and gneiss. Physically, they are classified as stratified rocks which have distinct layers and planes of formation. Example, sedimentary. Unstratified, it will not be in distinct layers and are typically granular. Example, igneous, and foliated, which are cleaved but only along one definite direction. Example, metamorphic. Chemically, they can be classified as siliceous rocks, which are composed primarily of silica and are highly durable and strong. Example, quartzite and granites. Argillaceous rocks that contain argil or clay as the major constituent. They are hard and durable. Example, slates and laterite. And calcareous rocks which have calcium carbonate as the chief component. Example, limestone and marble. Now, let us see some of the advantages of stone as a building material. They possess good compressive strength and are durable, They are more economical, they do not cause any toxic emissions, they reflect the ethnicity of a locality. The disadvantages are they have poor tensile strength, may decay if not preserved properly, transportation and maintenance are expensive, and they require skilled workforce. Applications: stone can be used for the construction of foundations, walls, columns and arches of buildings. Crushed stones as blocks in construction of dams, abutments, piers, bridge, etc. As slabs and blocks, they are used for retaining walls, footpaths, roofing and paving around buildings. Ceramics. It derives its name from the Greek word keramos, which means potter's earth. Ceramics could be classified as clay products, refractory products and glass. Clay products are obtained from the chemical weathering of igneous rocks. Example: tiles, terracotta, earthenware, stoneware, porcelain and bricks. Tiles are the thin slabs of brick burnt in a kiln. They are available in two categories as common tiles and encaustic tiles. Common tiles are available in different varieties such as drain tiles, floor or paving tiles and roof tiles, which are used for paving, flooring and roofing. Encaustic tiles are primarily used for decorative purposes on floors, walls, roofs and ceilings. They contain coloring materials and finer clay particles to give a specific print or color after manufacture. Terracotta, it refers to baked earth. It has a soft porous texture made from local clay with glazes containing galena. It is used in the form of blocks, arches, columns, ornamental work, etc. It is strong and durable, easy to clean and available in different colors. Earthenware. It is manufactured by mixing required quantities of clay, sand and crushed pottery, which is burned at low temperatures followed by cooling. It is soft and porous but can be glazed to make them impervious. Stoneware. Articles prepared from refractory clays mixed with stone and crushed pottery are called stoneware. They are denser, compact, strong, impervious, durable and resistant to corrosive fluids. They are frequently used as wash basins, sewer pipes, water closets, etc. Porcelain. The term indicates fine earthenware that is white, thin, semi-transparent, hard, brittle and porous, obtained from a mixture of clay, feldspar, quartz and minerals. Generally, they are used as sanitary ware, electric insulators and storage vessels, etc. Refractory products are ceramics that can stand high temperatures. They are classified based on their chemical properties and resistance to temperature as acidic refractory materials, which include fire clay, quartzite and silica. They find use as fire bricks, silica bricks and hollow tiles. And basic refractory materials, which are dolomite and magnesia, that find use as refractory bricks and magnesia bricks. Glass. It is made from mixtures of sand and silicates in a very hot fire stove called a kiln. It is amorphous, transparent and brittle. We can see the video clipping on the making of the glass sheet now. Certain additives are added to the mixture to produce glass with shades of various colors, characteristics or varieties. Soda lime glass is a mixture of sodium silicate and calcium silicate. Potash lime glass, it contains a mixture of potassium silicate and calcium silicate. Potash lead glass is a mixture of potassium silicate and lead silicate. Common glass is produced from silicates of sodium, calcium and iron. Borosilicate glass is made up of silica 70 to 80%, boric acid 7 to 13% and smaller amounts of aluminum oxide and alkalis like sodium and potassium oxides. Advantages of ceramics: they offer good resistance to chemicals, are available in elegant colors, are usually not affected by air or water, they can be cleaned easily. The disadvantages are they are expensive, cannot ensure building security, unsafe for earthquake prone areas, they require extra care to handle them. The applications: tiles are generally used for paving, flooring and roofing and on interior walls. Terracotta is mainly used for fireplaces and flooring and as a decorative material in place of stones for ornamental parts of building. Earthenware is used for making drain pipes, cable conduits and partition blocks. Glass is used as roofs, doors, windows and facades. Bricks: they are being one of the main clay products, are rectangular blocks of uniform size made by molding and subsequent drying and burning. Bricks were traditionally handmade, but at present with industrial development, clay is taken on the quarry and prepared by crushing and mixing with some additives and water. Depending on the type of heat treatment given after the molding of clay, bricks can be classified as sun-dried bricks, which are those that dried in the sun after the molding process. They are inferior quality and can be used only for the construction of provisional and economic structures. Burnt bricks are those subjected to high temperatures after the process of molding. They are categorized as first class bricks, which is the most superior quality with sharp, smooth and regular edges and surfaces. Second class bricks are considerably rough and irregular in shape and are used in places where plastering is done. Third class bricks, they have irregular rough surfaces with distorted and uneven edges, and the fourth class bricks, they are overburnt bricks that have a very compact structure and are frequently used as aggregate for the concrete. We can see the photograph of a pile of bricks also here. To give interest and to suit the various building structures, bricks are available in different forms such as bullnose bricks, channel bricks, coping bricks, cow nose bricks, curved sector hollow bricks, paving bricks, perforated ones and the purpose made ones. We can see some diagrammatic representations of the bricks. The advantages of bricks are they are very economical since the raw materials used for brick is indigenous. They are compared to stonework, brickwork construction and maintenance is less expensive. It does not require sophisticated mechanical devices at the work site. They are fire resistant. They have good prospects for reuse and recycling. The disadvantages are they are time consuming, they possess very low tensile strength, absorbs water easily and can be a source of dampness in the building, and cleaning the brick surfaces is a tedious job. Applications: for constructing the walls and partitions and foundations, for building different structures such as lining sewer lines, furnaces and chimneys, as pavers for footpaths and aggregates in concrete, as architectural effects and for aesthetic purposes. The image shows bricks used as a decorative wall in a bedroom. Alternatives to stone and bricks are fly ash bricks made of fly ash, which is a waste byproduct of thermal plants, sand lime bricks prepared from sand, lime, water and pigment, concrete blocks also called artificial stones made with cement, sand and solid aggregates. We can see now a video clipping on the making of fly ash bricks. The next material is cement. Cement refers to a fine powder which sets and hardens when mixed with water. It is obtained by burning a mixture of limestone and clay at high temperatures, followed by grinding with small quantity of gypsum. Types of cement depends on their composition and are as follows. Ordinary Portland cement, the most extensively used type. Portland pozzolana cement, which contains 10 to 30% of pozzolana volcanic powder. Due to its lesser compressive strength, it is used mainly for plastering buildings and sewer lines. High alumina cement, composed of lime and bauxite, it offers more resistance to sulfate and acid attack. Acid resistant cement, it contains acid resistant compounds like sodium silicate, quartz and quartzite. Expanding cement, it has the ability of expanding due to the presence of an expanding medium and a stabilizing agent. Hydrophobic cement, which contains substances such as stearic acid, oleic acid and oxidized petrolatum that form a fine lining around the cement particles. Quick setting cement, it sets very quickly after adding water due to the presence of fine aluminum sulfate with reduced amounts of gypsum. White cement, it lacks coloring oxides like iron, manganese, chromium and chloride. This variety has become absolutely essential nowadays. Rapid hardening cement has a higher percentage of lime in the cement composition and is burned at greater temperatures, which hastens the hardening. Colored cement, obtained when 5 to 10% of mineral pigments of the required color are mixed to ordinary cement. Advantages: cement adds strength to masonry work, they have relatively stable properties, it offers good moisture resistance. The disadvantages: it is not an eco-friendly material, high transportation costs are involved, being cold it is an unyielding material to live in, and long term storage is problematic. Applications: construction of strong structures like dams and bridges, for making of cement concrete, joints for pipes, drains, etc., as foundations, footpaths, etc., as mortar for masonry work, plastering and pointing. Let us see some important materials used in construction along with cement. Cement concrete, a mixture of cement, sand, crushed rock, pebbles and water in suitable proportions. As it comprises of both coarse and fine aggregates along with cement, when mixed with water, it produces a plastic mass that hardens on curing. Cement concrete is available in varieties such as waterproofing, colored, lightweight, no fights, precast, ready mix and transit mix. Mortar, a paste obtained from mixing a binding material like lime or cement and a fine aggregate like sand with some amount of water. Sand, a natural resource that contains small grains of silica. Usually, sand is categorized as fine sand, which is used in plastering, coarse sand, which is used in masonry work, and gravelly sand, which is used in concrete work. Recently, hard stones are crushed down to create sand artificially also. You can see the photograph of sand piled at a construction site. Aggregate are inert or chemically inactive materials that develops a bonding with cement to form concrete. They are classified as coarse aggregate and fine aggregate. Mostly they are from natural sources such as crushed stones, gravel or sand. Aggregates could also be obtained artificially from broken bricks, crushed blast furnace slag and from formed slag, coke or sawdust also. Timber. Wood used for construction purposes is referred to as timber. It is one of the most widely used building material across the world owing to its reasonable cost, ease of working, attractive appearance and good life if maintained properly. Three forms of wood commonly found are standing timber, the wood of a living tree that is good for construction; rough timber, timber obtained from felling a tree; converted timber, processed rough timber made into planks, battens, posts and beams. Classification of timber can be based on mode of growth. Trees which grow outwards in the form of concentric circles are called as exogenous trees. They are of two types, namely the coniferous trees such as deodar and pine and deciduous trees such as oak and teak, which yield soft and hard wood respectively. Trees which grow inwards to form longitudinal mass are called endogenous trees, example bamboo and cane. Based on durability, they are high durability trees with an average life of more than 10 years, moderate durability trees with an average life of 5 to 10 years, and low durability trees with an average life of 5 years. Based on the modulus of elasticity, timber is determined by conducting the bending test on the standard tree specimen. Based on grading, they are found as special grade, grade 1 and grade 2. The grading is done by studying certain criteria of the wood such as permissible stress, defects and so on. Based on availability as the most common, common and less common. The availability of the trees varies from 335 to 1415 meter cube per year approximately. The timber based products are veneers, which are thin sheets of high quality wood, plywood, which is formed by the joining of thin layers of veneers together, particle boards made from the chips of wood, rice husk used in heavier and stronger products, fiber boards made from wooden chips and vegetable fibers, ideal for wall paneling, furniture and flush doors. Block boards, strips of wood joined together to form a slab along with veneers. Impreg timber, which is fully or partially covered with resin like phenyl formaldehyde. Compreg timber, similar to impreg timber, but curing is done at high temperature and pressure. And flush door shutters used for interior works and are available as cellular core, hollow core, blocks board core and particle core types. Advantages of timber are they have good heat, sound and electrical resistance, they are easily workable, wooden houses are cool in summer and warm in winter, they are relatively cheap and economical, they have high strength in proportion to weight. The disadvantages are they are not fire resistant, they are likely to crack, warp and decay if not maintained well, they are not suitable for cyclonic weather and regions subjected to natural calamities. Applications as door and window frames, shutters, roofing materials, as framework of cement concrete, scaffolding, centering of an arch etc. as temporary bridges. Metals. Metals are defined as opaque, fusible, ductile and typically lustrous substances that are good conductors of electricity and heat. It is a chemical element that distinguishes it from an alloy. Classification of metals are divided into ferrous and non-ferrous based on their composition of iron. Ferrous metals, cast iron, steel and wrought iron, which contain iron as a chief constituent, are called ferrous metals. Cast iron, manufactured by remelting pig iron, that is the crude form of iron ore, with coke and limestone. It comprises of 2 to 4% carbon. Steel, it forms an intermediate stage between cast iron and wrought iron with 0.25 to 1.5% of carbon. Wrought iron is the purest form of iron containing less carbon, about 0.15%. It is unaffected by saline water. Non-ferrous metals, these are the metals which do not have iron as a main constituent, which are called as non-ferrous metals. They have limited use in the building structures, example aluminium, cobalt and copper. The ferrous metals have advantages such as high strength to weight ratio, they facilitate easy modification and repair, high durability, recycling possibilities. The disadvantages are they are vulnerable to corrosion except stainless steel, requires more energy and strength to form or to rework into a required shape. They have high cost of final finishing and polishing. Non-ferrous metals have the advantages are more malleable, facilitating greater potential to restructure, good tensile strength, high conductivity of electric current, resistance to corrosion. The disadvantages are they are lightweight and have limited strength capabilities. They are costlier than ferrous metals. The applications of ferrous metals are cisterns, pipes, cast iron are sanitary fittings, ornamental castings, rivets, chains, wrought iron are ornamental ironwork, handrails, roofing sheets, etc. Stonemasons tools and woodworking tools, sheet metal and tin plate are made from steel. Non-ferrous metals, zinc, they can be used as galvanized items, brass can be used as water taps and ornaments, tin used for coating steel to form tin plate. You can see the images of metal roofing and steel framework of building. Miscellaneous building materials. Plastic is a natural or synthetic organic material made from resin with or without the use of fillers, plasticizers and solvents. Plastic sheets or tiles are used in flooring and pipes for water supply in buildings. Other uses are taps, bathtubs and cistern ball floats. Asbestos is a flexible, non-porous and naturally occurring fibrous mineral composed of silicates of calcium and magnesium with small amounts of iron oxide and alumina, mainly used in roofing and pipes. Rubber, either natural or synthetic, after necessary processing are used to produce polymer concrete, flooring tiles, etc. Gypsum is a hydrated sulfate of calcium with other elements like silica, carbonate of lime, magnesia and iron oxide. The plaster of Paris is a product of gypsum powder. Accessory items for joining. Adhesive is used in joining two or more surfaces into a single unit. Solder is an alloy used to join metal pieces. Sealants are materials that can seal cracks or joints. Joint fillers helps to fill the sides of joints subjected to relative movements. And waterproofing materials. Asphalt, which consists of inert mineral matter such as lime and silica. Bituminous materials composed of bitumen and vegetable or animal fibers, and epoxy based materials. They are useful for making damp proof courses on pavements, terraces and tanks. Electric insulators, non-metallic materials which are highly resistant to the conduction of electricity like glass, plastics, mica, asbestos, porcelain, bakelite, rubber and wax are used as electrical fittings. Thermal insulators, aerated concrete, hollow bricks, gypsum boards, fiber boards and asbestos cement boards are used in buildings to minimize heat losses in the structures through the walls. Sound insulators, porous materials like cellular concrete, asbestos, glass and mineral wool find application in ceilings and floorings to control noise. All the building materials that are incorporated in the various structural components of the building are shown in the table as follows. You can see the table with the various structural components such as the foundation, plinth, column, walls, etc. and the corresponding materials used for each of these structures. To conclude, the main idea of constructing a building is to last a lifetime. Thus, knowing in detail about the merits and demerits of all building materials helps one to judge the apt material suitable for the environment. Without the choice of the right building material, the infrastructure could well falter. Therefore, the role of these materials in the construction of a healthy infrastructure is huge in providing a safe and secured habitat. Thank you.